Now, why do we fear these downloads? They are natural. They happen whether you like it or not. They happen whether we realize it or not. Why do we resist them if we know it's good for us? So I've been working with the second chakra for quite a while. The second chakra is related to the sweetness of life, experience joy. It's the center of emotion where all the fears are lodged. In the back, in the kidneys, is crystallized ancestral fears, generational fears. Fears that not even yours, that you picked up from your family, who picked them up from their family. And so that's why the Native Americans said, when we work on a fear and release it, we heal 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. So this work is really important because you free your children from having to go through what you are going through. And then they are free to follow their calling and their path. They can be more clear on who they are and what they want to achieve. So even if this is all the work we do, it's a fantastic, incredible work for ourselves and the earth and the next generations. So when these emotions are lodged and frozen in time, when you had an experience, traumatic, big or small, it doesn't have to be really intense trauma, any trauma, a message that goes against your self-worth, against your self-love, then it stays in the center and remains exactly as it was at the age when it was registered, until it is revisited, relieved, released, shifted, transmuted, and healed. And because the second chakra is also the center of self-esteem, is the assimilation of food and digestion. So some of its metaphysical qualities are change, movement, health, family, tolerance, absorption of new ideas. Some of its qualities, when it's out of balance, are overindulgence in food or sex, confusion, purposelessness, jealousy or envy, desire to possess. And since the second chakra is located at the navel, which was once the umbilical cord or attachment to our first physical home or mother and the nurturing she provided, then we can easily see how our food habits have so much to do with nurturing and emotional levels than just the physical food that we are eating. So we can see how food and nurturing can get confused, and when we really do sometimes healing, we eat instead, hoping to fill a void created by the lack of integration of those memories, energies or emotions, trying to control it, contain them, not understanding why this void doesn't get filled, and being pulled powerlessly to eating the wrong foods or overeating. What our body is doing is matching the vibration of this powerful center, because equal attracts equal. And until we can shift its frequency, we will be attracted hopelessly to the same food stuff and in the same quantities. So all this saying, if you change your diet, you change your life. Why not change the way we deal with our emotions, and then the diet will change by itself? I find it much easier. Yes, it's work that maybe is etheric, so it may not be easy to touch, like if I change my diet or I change some food item or I reduce the things I eat. That feels physical, I can control it. But that's not going to be permanent because it's not addressing the bottom line. But if we do this emotional work, energetic work, then we are addressing the bottom line, and then it's easier that the external circumstances will change. Normally, in the case of this kind of overeating, we feel guilty because we don't seem to be able to stop. And we perceive it as wrong. So now we feel guilty, which is a negative emotion, and we are judging it as bad. So that's a second negative emotion. And we get locked in a vicious circle of further lowering or already low vibration by a self-judgment and self-blame, which in turn continues to draw us to those foodstuffs that we're trying to avoid in the first place. And we keep being drawn to eat comfort food that makes us maybe feel chemically good for a short while, for instance, chocolate or sugar, cakes, fatty food, knowing well in advance that the results are going to be further damage to our already weakened level of self-love. And since emotions are locked in this second chakra for all time, this is the reason why we can feel a past experience that we had, let's say at the age of 5, as if we were 5 at the age of 55, or at the present age. And we can see how someone who may not even be present in our life can still have power over us, because we are trapped in that moment when we gave our power away. And we may not have done it on purpose, but it is just not in the mind, it's real to us. So to our body, to our soul, is real, and it needs to be dealt with before it can be released. In a book that I found, Acupressure for the Soul, Biological Spirituality and the Gifts of the Emotions by Nancy Fallon, PhD, it says that an intellectually inserted belief about changing the pains of the past doesn't work. We cannot change an emotion with our mind. Most diseases affect the heart, blood and blood vessels. It's in the heart energy where intellect and emotions meet and intermix. Not until a change occurs in the second energy center, simultaneously with a belief change, can true powers of the emotions be awakened. When there is physical vibration in the second energy center, such as crying, like I said before, certain breathing techniques, and gut level gelling can bring about, then there is a cellular memory opening and reprogramming can take place. Accidents represent the conflicting beliefs literally clashing into each other. The physical result is that our bodies fall or crash into other physical objects. It is a way our body consciousness tries to wake us up to ourselves. A safer but a physical way to wake up is via the mind-body techniques.